Banzai here in Port Macquarie for Ironman Australia, and we're joined by two-time World Ironman champion Craig Alexander. He was favourite for the event but unfortunately had to pull out due to a virus. Craig, how hard is it watching from the sideline?
Oh, it's hard, it's disappointing. You know, I trained 4 months for the race, so but you know, I think you got to look for the silver lining. I figured I'd come up, and my sister-in-law's racing her first half Ironman, so lend my support to her and all the other athletes. So it's certainly a different perspective on this side of the fence though.
You talked then about training. How much training goes into competing in an Ironman like this one here in Port Macquarie?
Yeah, well, it's my full-time job, so when I'm in heavy training, it can be up to 35 or 40 hours in a week, and that's just training. You know, that doesn't include recovery and massage and other things on top. So it's a full-time job, but you know, it's also my passion. So I guess I'm lucky to work at something I love, and it's a lot of training. So that's why, you know, if you get sick and can't make the start line, it's very disappointing. But you know, I've been a professional for over a decade now, and this is the first race in 10 years I've missed through illness. So I've had a pretty good run. I don't think I can complain too much.
Can you break down your training for us in terms of how many swims, runs and rides you do in a week?
Yeah, well, usually I'll swim 4 or 5 times in a week. 3 or 4 of those will be in the pool, and 1 will be in the ocean or the open water. So that equates to 15 to 25 kilometres a week. Cycling will be six times a week. Obviously, you mix it up. You do some endurance work, a lot of riding in the hills for strength, and also a lot of speed work. So you got to, I guess, focus on the different aspects of racing. And running will be usually every day, sometimes twice a day. I think I do 2 or 3 days a week of double runs, and you know, that equates to about 100 to 110 kilometres a week. That's in peak training. And once again, you focus on longer runs for endurance, hilly runs or hill repeats for strength, and you know, maybe some track work or what we call fartlek work, speed work, to work on the intensity of the speed side.
So Craig, can you tell us how you got into Ironman? Was it something always as a kid you aspired to be?
I was always aware of the sport. Growing up, I used to love the multi-sport events like triathlon and surf Ironman, and also in the Olympics I loved the decathlon. So you know, I played other sports growing up, mainly team sports, a lot of soccer, a little bit of cricket, mainly ball sports. And you know, when I was in my early 20s, I was at university full-time, and I had some part-time jobs, and I was labouring for a build, and I got a couple of hernias which I had to have repaired. And after 6 months on the sidelines, I just started running to get back in shape. And actually a university buddy of mine was over at my house one day. We were doing a university assignment. He saw I had some schoolboy trophies for running cross country and swimming, and they suggested I get into triathlon because, you know, he was a cyclist, and he said he could help me with that part of it. And you know, I'd had no formal endurance training growing up, but I started in my early 20s, and yeah, just went from there.